SpongeBob splashed paint on Mr. Krabs' room. Fortunately, the paint jumped over the oil-proof paper and returned to the paint bucket. The two were almost scared to death. They were afraid that the big brush would hit Mr. Krabs' collection, so SpongeBob made a small brush with his nose hair. Patrick also learned from SpongeBob, but he took out a mop from his nose. They carefully applied the paint, wanting to paint the wall, but afraid of dirtying Mr. Krabs' collection. After struggling for 3 hours, SpongeBob finally applied the first stroke at Patrick's urging, but the paint slid down. The two quickly blew air at the paint to change its direction. This prevented the paint from getting on the painting. Unfortunately, the hairdryer blew the paint into bubbles. Just when SpongeBob was scared, Patrick used an air pump to inflate the paint bubbles. The next second, a huge bubble exploded. It splashed on every wall in the house. However, the paint seemed to be very obedient. It did not stain Mr. Krabs' collection. Just as SpongeBob was rejoicing, he found a drop of paint on Mr. Krabs' money. This was the first money Mr. Krabs had ever earned. If they were discovered, Mr. Krabs would spank them. SpongeBob quickly picked up his tie to wipe the paint, but the paint got bigger and bigger. It gradually covered the entire bill. This was really the end. SpongeBob couldn't help but think of his butt being mounted on the fireplace. Just thinking about it made his butt hurt. Patrick suggested using a washing machine, but it didn't work. They tried to polish it with an electric saw again. Patrick's hands were polished off, but the paint didn't disappear. He used a high-pressure water gun to wash it, but it made a hole in his belly. At this time, the smart Patrick thought he should use high tech.